Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome to the first episode of Let's Play Door Kickers. Door Kickers is Killhouse Games' 2014 release. It was an indie title that went into early access on Steam in 2013. The final release in October of last year. It is a game that's a little bit hard to describe. Call it Pausable strategy game, although it's really less of a strategy game and more of a tactics-based game. Maybe even a little bit of a puzzle-based game where the puzzles are just figuring out how to get everybody through a kill house alive. One of the reasons that I was interested in playing this game initially, and one of the reasons that I want to share this game with you, is before I uploaded videos onto the internet of me playing video games. There was a time in my life I was a member of the U.S. Marines, and when people ask me what I did when I was in the Marines, I often respond, only half-jokingly, that I was a door kicker. I was basically someone who had been trained to kick in doors, and these kinds of tactics that are used in this game are things that I've actually learned and put into practice in real life. I always find it interesting when a game is able to take a real-world concept and really turn it into both engaging gameplay where the real-world strategies continue to work in the game. So this is the mission select screen. As you can see, there are quite a few missions, new ones being released from time to time. I think the last time I looked at this, there were quite a few less. Actually, I want to say it went up to 60 on initial launch. We're up to 80 now, though. Additionally, there is a campaign mode. We'll probably do that maybe after the completion of the missions, or perhaps to just break up the monotony. Basically, the campaigns are just a series of missions where you have sort of a starting squad. Anybody that gets injured or doesn't make it out, they're not there for the next available mission. So that adds an additional degree of complexity to it. Additionally, since I looked at this on launch, where I know there were these starting three, it looks like Terror at Sea and Suits and Ski Masks has been added as well. Let's go ahead, in order to kind of show how the gameplay works. The easiest way to do that is going to be to jump right in. We'll just start here at Mission 1. We've got a little bit of intel. We believe there are 5 targets inside, and our goal is to just eliminate all of the terrorists. Other times there are going to be hostages to save, or like police evidence to capture, and things like that. So once the game actually starts up, you start off on this, and there's not much tutorializing. I think you're effectively just supposed to sort of play around with it. It's relatively intuitive and easy to figure out. You basically just drag your guys around, and as you do so, they're going to develop this plan. The plan will allow them to move about. None of it's going to start until you actually hit the play button down here at the bottom. Now, you can, in fact, just hit the play button and then move guys around in real time, issuing orders to them as well. As you can probably imagine, it gets kind of complex trying to give orders to several shooters all at the same time, and is sort of a recipe to just get your guys killed as they run around throughout the building on their own. The probably smarter way to approach the game is to actually come up with a game plan prior to entering, and then just have everybody execute that at the same time. So let's delete that and try something a little bit smarter this time. So in addition to moving them around in order to take actions, you can also right click to get this sort of radial menu where you're able to delete the waypoint in order to kind of back out of any orders you might be giving. Breaching charges can be placed on doors if there were any doors in this level. Flashbangs can be thrown in order to stun and disorient enemies. Swapping between primary and secondary weapons can be accomplished, although towards the beginning of the game, everybody just carries pistols as kind of a traditional police force. You can also give a reload weapon command. And then down here, we can set various things that will sort of pause the action a little bit without actually pausing the action. This first one here, the thumbs up, is to wait for clear. Basically, your shooters will hold out until there are no enemies in sight and all the dust is kind of settled. They'll clear and then move on to their next waypoint. Additionally, you can set up these go codes in order to coordinate actions between different groups, like having one group hold on a door until the other group is able to clear around to it, and then give go on alpha and everybody breach into a central room at the same time. That sort of thing. Probably not going to be necessary here in this first room. Instead, we'll just demonstrate what the clear commands will look like. We'll have these two initial guys bust into the room, and then they'll just post up here in order to ensure that the hallway is clear. Once that's been done, we'll have them push down. We're going to have our inside man button hook around this corner in order to clear out there. They'll push up to right about there, while the other one pushes straight forward. Once he's there, he'll check back the other direction. Actually, we'll have him start checking back the other direction once he pushes in about that far. And then once they get to here, they'll have cleared out this room. We can then have them start to both push up. We'll have him hold clear on that corner just to ensure there's no one like at the long end of the hallway. Sometimes when they're moving and shooting, their aim can get kind of terrible. And if they end up in a shootout with a stationary target, his aim is going to be a lot better than theirs if they're just walking straight at him. Once he's done that, we'll have him move forward, and then we'll get a little creative with maybe some coordinated actions here. Another important aspect of the game is making sure that everybody's actions sort of sync up with one another. So we'll have him actually hold for alpha right here, while we'll have the lead man toss a flashbang into the room. Once he's done tossing the flashbang, he's then going to make entry. He'll just push in, and he will pause on alpha, and then once go code alpha is given, a little bit of a tongue twister there, he will push into the room, button hook around, and clear out the other corner. See how that one plays out, and give this a shot. I would expect it to go quite a bit better than the real-time, just having them muck about. You might have also noticed the enemy positioning can change just a little bit. Oh, it becomes important for me to actually give go code alpha there. The enemy positioning can actually change a little bit as the hostiles do sort of wander around on their own. Well, I should restart that. We missed out on the 15-second mark, probably because I got distracted and didn't tell the second guy to enter the room. There's a little bit of skill checks and random chance type stuff going on. As you see there, enemy positioning varied a little bit. Oh, man. And also their chance to hit, as one of my guys took like 4 shots and did not kill a guy who had been stunned by a flashbang, which made about 0 sense in my opinion. Sometimes I understand there's a random chance that goes into this kind of stuff, but sometimes actions that I feel like should be fairly straightforward in how easy they are to accomplish, our AI shooters can fail to interpret, we'll say, the exact way that I would. That's half of the fun of the game. As I said, it can feel like a little bit of a puzzle game, actually, where the tinkering and trying to get everything just right to get all those stars and all those additional challenges and our improved results there. As you see, accomplishing it in the 15-second mark with no casualties, all hostiles pacified, gets us 3 stars. So you can see some detailed stats of what everybody did, their health as they're leaving the mission, which can be important in those campaigns, as well as their experience gained, which hints at something I haven't mentioned yet, the sort of RPG elements. You can eventually level up your characters, like Tokalur. There's a random pool of character names. There's some RPGs elements where you can level up characters, assign them with different classes and loadouts, and that can get fairly interesting and sort of complex as the missions themselves are a little bit harder than just a rectangular area with 2 rooms and some enemies. That's going to wrap things up, though, for this first kind of introductory mission into Door Kickers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you'll stick around for what I imagine will be some interesting times. I hope to be able to share some interesting anecdotes with you guys about what some of the training might look like. I never did the police door kicking, but the training on the federal level is fairly similar, and so you might get a little bit of insight. You might be surprised by some of the ways that training is conducted and what it actually turns into once you're out there doing it for real. So I hope you guys come back for that. If that sounds interesting to you, feel free to subscribe for more videos like those, and we'll catch you guys next time.